Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture.
And welcome to my episode 18 of Saturday Morning Makes.
Hey friends, welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. This is Nancy the Handy Scandy. I appreciate you spending some time with me today. I have just one thing to share this day, and it is this card. I actually created this panel a week or so ago. Maybe it was just a week ago. I was playing with my Lindy's Magicals. It was this one, the Enchanted Forest. The colors are Toadstool Taupe. I'm hoping that's gonna clear up. Toadstool Taupe, Dragonfly Denim, Gnome Berry Bordeaux, Sparkling Sunset, and Fairy Garden Green. Now on this particular panel, we just have the Toadstool Taupe, the Gnome Berry Bordeaux, and the Sparkling Sunset. And I think it's absolutely stunning. And so I knew that I loved this panel, and I would only use it if it were on just the right card. And I didn't want to lose very much of it. So what I did, of course, it was going to be a slimline size, and I didn't want to lose much of it. So I pulled out this die set rather, from Pink Fresh Studio. It's called the Slim Ornate Banner. So you can see it has this beautiful little banner shape at the end. And I cut it out, and it does have a little bit of stitch detail in there. You can't really see it very well. Let me turn it this way. Maybe you can see there. I don't know. But you can't really see it because I covered it with embossing powder. So let me put this away. And then I pulled out this oldie but goodie from Simon Says Stamp. Beautiful flowers. If y'all are familiar with Amy R., she has way more videos with this than I do, but it's definitely a favorite of mine. I was in a swap a couple years ago, and Miss Mona and I did a swap, and this is one that she gave me, and it's very, very pretty. And it's not one that I would have bought because I don't consider myself a florals girl, but I'm so glad that I have it. And so I stamped it on either end of this panel, and I used my Versamark ink and then the crusty copper embossing powder from Wow. Seth Apter is the designer. And if you guys aren't familiar with Seth Apter, you want to look him up. He's amazing. He's very, very much grungy and mixed media, and a lot of his stuff has my heart. So, but you can see the shimmer and shine in the background with the magicals, and you can of course see the shimmer and shine with the embossing powder. But after I did that, I love to go around my edges, just kind of frame out my piece with the same embossing powder, and I thought that was really lovely. Now for this sentiment, I have this new set from the Ton. It's called Easy Expressions, Thanks, and this is new to me. In fact, I don't think I have anything else from the Ton. So this is a new to me stamp set, as well as a system. Like, I have never done anything quite like this, and to be honest, I struggled a little bit with it. So I did try to record it. I haven't looked at it to see if it was worth the recording or not. If it is, though, I'll put it up maybe as a reel or a short or something. But essentially, you use these rectangles and these dots to line them up. So you stamp one down, you use your MISTI, of course. You stamp one down, you line the other up, and you stamp it down. You can use different colors of ink. You can emboss one and not the other, however you want to do it. However, when I did it, I actually did it 3 times before I came out with something that I liked. And I'm sure that it's just operator error, and it's, I have to figure it out. But then there's this die set that cuts them all out, and I'll try to show you that. So when you go to die cut it out, you'll line up those rectangles again. And of course there's a dot there too, and then you cut them out. Now the problem that I've been having is that these don't necessarily line up. It's like one of them is warped. And I don't know if that was in manufacturing. I don't know if that was when I pulled it out, it warped it a little bit. I'm not sure, but again, I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying I have to learn it more, but I love the idea. And that got me this one. And you can see, because the stamps weren't quite right, when I lined up the die cut, it didn't cut quite right, which I'm not mad about. That kind of thing doesn't usually get under my skin. But when I have all of these and they're all off, that's a little frustrating. So you can see how each one of them is off just a little bit. Now I did stamp these out in metallic inks. I used Encore and Delicata, and then I heat embossed them in clear. But there's a lot, and so because I did 2 of them and they were both off and I wasn't incredibly happy with either of them, the first one I just counted it as a wash. But I did these and I stacked them up, and then of course I mounted it up on some fun foam or some double-sided foam tape. Not sure if you can see that in there, but I felt like it was too small on this big card. So I then pulled out this bigger word die and shadow die from Picket Fence. It simply says thank you. It's a gorgeous font, and I didn't want to cover up any of that background, but I wanted it to stand out just a little bit more. So I die cut the shadow in vellum, and then I mounted them together, kind of layered them, and that is my card. I'm really happy with it. I can't say I had trouble trying to decide what color to make the base, but I did ask the opinion of some people that I love, so I ended up going with this darker one. But there were a couple that I could have used, and then I just cut out a white panel to go on the inside. I used it with the same dies. I just used the mid-size. I used this one to cut that white panel to go on the inside. And I am not sure if I'm still gonna go back and add some bling to it, because there's a lot of shine going on, so maybe it doesn't need it. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe it needs like some clear baubles or drops or something. If you see this again, don't be surprised if there's something added to it. But for right now, this is what I have. And I've had a couple viewer requests. One is to see how these work when you're using them to paint as watercolor. So that is what I'll be working on this afternoon. I've been asked to make a process videos for how I made those cards using this stencil. Not sure how well you can see it, but yeah, so look for that to be coming maybe this weekend. If not, it'll be early next week. But thanks, guys. And thanks for bearing with me as my lips become tangled, as they always do. And again, thanks for joining me for Saturday Morning Makes. And until next time, mwah, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.